Well, I grew up with a Christian family. I went to church all the time, every Sunday, every Wednesday for youth group. I love church. I love youth group. It was fun. I never dove in deep with my faith in middle school or high school. Church was always more of a social gathering, and through high school, my life got a little rougher. I was growing up. I was, doing, stupid things. I was going to church every Sunday, and then I was not following the Lord the rest of the week. And I was really fake in my faith. And a big part of that, I think, is because I truly didn't know the Lord in high school. I didn't have the relationship. And so, let's see, senior year was probably the rockiest year of my life in high school. I was really pumped about going into senior year and, just being done with high school soon and having fun. And about 2 weeks maybe before school started, a friend of mine passed away from the youth group. He was actually 13 years old. He was younger. And it destroyed my world. I grew furious with, the Lord that I thought I knew, and how someone so great and powerful could cause so much hurt and pain. And that was a huge struggle for me, and I completely kind of just fell away for a while. And right about the time when I was thinking, maybe there's something more to this, maybe I'm judging too much, my uncle passed away a couple months later, and everything just kind of started happening again. I was in the same place, and finally, senior year's over, and I'm going to Texas Tech, and I have mixed feelings about it. It wasn't my first choice of schools. And I find out about this camp called Foundation. I found out from some older friends that went to my high school, and it's really shady to me at first. I'm like, 4 days of Christian camp, like, I rather, hang out on campus at Tech. Like, that sounds lame to me. And they just kept coming to me like, you got to check it out, you got to check it out. And so finally, something was telling me I should just do this. It's 4 days. What could it hurt? And so I signed up for Foundation, and I went. And it now is probably the single best decision I have made thus far in college. Foundation rocked my world. God finally was able to get through to me at Foundation. Something pretty crazy happened the first night of Foundation. I remember being in worship, the very first worship, and singing the songs and looking around, and there's 200 college students in the room, and they're all completely praising and giving everything to the Lord. And that just blew my mind that people my age did that and could care that much. And it just kind of, something set off a spark in me then. And I really feel like that's where the Lord first broke through to me, was through song, in worship at Foundation. And I started just kind of like realizing things, piecing things together, like I need to change things. I need to have this relationship with this awesome God. And then after that, we went into a game, and it was Capture the Flag. And we were all out in the woods, looking for the flags and stuff. I have very bad allergies and asthma, and some things happened, and I found myself alone in the woods, and I started having some attacks. I'm allergic to all kinds of trees and grass, and I found myself laying on the ground, gasping for air, not being able to breathe. My lungs slowly just closing up, and I was thinking like, wow, this is it? Like, I'm gonna die here alone in the woods, but not even making it to the first day of college. I heard my name being screamed out by the counselors, and I couldn't say anything. And to me, I was dying, and I was just getting ready to die. And then I didn't know it at the time, but I'd never heard the Lord's voice. But I know now, looking back, that the Lord spoke to me then, and He told me it's not your time. He told me you have so much to learn about me, and you have so much to share and grow and tell through me. And he told me to breathe. And He just told me to breathe. And I tried, and it wasn't helping. And then I heard my name, and it was getting closer, and I saw movement in the woods, and then finally I saw 2 of the leadership team from that year just come through, and they found me. And I remember just thinking, like, at first they were angels, and they grabbed me, and the first thing they asked was what I needed, and I got inhaler out, and one of them took off to get my inhaler, and the very next thing that the guy Josh Hurst asked me, or told me, was he was going to pray for me, and he laid down on the ground with me and just started praying for me. And I had never met Josh at this point. He was almost a stranger, I guess, and here he was just praying for me. And that blew my world, that someone could just have so much selfless love. They got me out of the woods eventually and into a truck where I was surrounded by more of the leadership team, most of which I still hadn't met. This is the first day of camp. And all of them have their hands on me, and they're praying for me, and they're telling me it's going to be okay, and they're telling me the Lord's going to work. And hours pass, and I'm in the hospital. They had to take me to the ER, and I'm good now. I'm stable. And I was just sitting there, and I was thinking about everything that happened. And it was truly God working through every single one of those counselors. And I decided right then and there that I was going to commit my life to Christ, because I'd seen His power, and I'd seen His love, and I'd seen what He could do. And I will never forget being prayed over in the back of that truck. And I will never forget the love that I saw the rest of that week from counselors, from campers. It was amazing. God really just shined through every single person at Foundation. And by the end of it, I had a million new friends. And most importantly, I had found Christ, and I knew who He was, and I knew His love. And since Foundation, I have just learned so much, and I've grown, and I'm still growing, and now I get the privilege of being a counselor this summer, and I'm so excited to see and meet all the new campers, the new freshmen, and I don't want anything like this to happen to anyone, but I want God to just grab some freshmen and some new people and just show them how amazing He really is. And so all I can say is that Foundation, it is a camp. Foundation didn't change my life, but God changed my life through Foundation. And if I hadn't attended Foundation, I don't know where I'd be right now. But it is in such a place in my heart, and I'm so pumped to work in it. And I just pray that God will work through me, and I'm so excited.